So I have no desire to rush to listen to all three of Drake's albums, and I heard, that they have different, like, one is like aggressive. They're all rap, of course, but like different kind of vibes behind each of them. And I had this thought as I'm on my way to the gym. Speed bump. Drake doesn't make music for women anymore, and I think that's also why he fell off. He started his career making music for women, rapping for women. He was getting the bitches because he was soft and he was rapping for women, and the niggas wanted him because they want to be the dude who's rapping for women. We don't have like that sexy R&B music of like our childhood where they're like yearning and stuff, but Drake kind of gave that a little bit in his early music with like as it relates to like his relationship with women. He don't make music for women no more. Like, I don't want to say pretty boy music, like light skinned men music, but I think he started rapping for men. And in him rapping for men, and I think this is why I don't like Drake, because I liked him, but he got kind of sassy in rapping for men. He became kind of, I don't want to, I hate this. He kind of became kind of red pillish in his language and derogatory towards women. And then he kind of became that. Like it went from his music to he became that. And I think that's why I didn't like him, because he got kind of sassy and kind of like, I didn't like how he was talking about women and how he was treating women. I didn't like that, and it turned me off. I think if he went back to that, he could get his audience back. And I hate to say it, but like, if I'm thinking marketing outside of myself as just a black woman, if you get the black women and women back on your side, Drake, that is a significant enough audience to, one, sell, because you got loyalists, you're gonna sell regardless. But if you can get women behind you, you would gain a lot of favor instead of being so combative. And I understand he's still hurt and working his way through that, because I definitely was Team Kendrick by that point, because again, I didn't like Drake for a few years now. But I think if he finds a way to let go of that ego, or like go to therapy and like make some music about that, I get that, but like start making music that's a little bit softer than you're used to, a little bit more for the women, you would get women audience, you would get the sales, you would get the audience back, you would get the love and the care and the nurturing, and you would feel supported. But because you lost the support of women, because you were acting like a sassy, petty, mean man, was giving competition with women, and I was like, ugh, then you could probably come back. I mean, you have potential. I mean, ghostwriters and all, but you have all of the potential in the world. And a lot of us love Drake for those early albums. I mean, I don't know his music enough, but Take Care, I know songs. So I was just thinking about that on the way over, as I'm still listening to a lot of reviews about the album. I have people who are listening to the album, because I'm not going to listen to 3 albums. Just like I'm not listening to Chris Brown's 30 albums, I need someone to tell me like what songs to listen to off of the album, and I'll just listen to those, because I have no drive whatsoever to commit to listening to that. I have a long playlist of stuff I'm listening to and audiobooks I need to get to. Like, I'm not committing to giving Drake 3 albums worth of time out of my life at this point. Absolutely. Anyway, this was just a thought. So, yeah. So, that being said, your girl is at the gym. I fucking hate going to the gym when there's people here. I like people, but I don't like too many people. I don't know if that's anxiety or just, it makes me uncomfortable. And then there's also, like, the parking lot's already crowded, and then you already know, like, can I get to all of my machines without a wait? I hate the idea of going to the gym and not having access to all of my usual machines and having to wait, because it throws off your momentum and my routine, and I've already had an energy drink, and here we are. So I know that was 2 different thoughts, but that's also like in the back of my mind and like right behind the Drake conversation. I think I have some ADHD. y'all, this AUHD, a little autistic and a little bit of ADHD. Now, granted, we grew up in a generation where most of us didn't get, diagnosed. But look, I wouldn't be surprised if I got a little sprinkle in there. But that's my business. I think it just gives me character. It makes me more interesting. And I'm in therapy, so I'm going to be fine. Still, period. But does it help to know? Probably. Anyway, all right. Me and Celsius and water and my fanny pack are going to the gym. All right, if anyone's listening to this, by the way, just if you have any suggestions for this, probably for Drake's last 2 or 3 albums, he's really pushing them out. I think he's trying to get out of that contract. If anyone has any suggestions, though, send those to me. I'll listen to just those specific songs because I ain't listening to all that shit. Back to my original point. Okay, let's go do this. Summer's coming whether I'm ready or not.